Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition post-Hurricane Milton of Shergroup on the Sofa. And today I'm delighted to introduce Bertrand Mazuir from My DSO Manager, who's based in France today. I think that's right, Bertrand, right? You're in France today?
Yes, absolutely. We are located in France, in southeast of France, in the French Alps, in the mountains, and
Beautiful,
we are
beautiful.
waiting for snow now because during the winter we stop working because we all go skiing all day. So
Well, now I'm feeling very jealous, but not that I can ski, but I think I'd be good at acro ski, actually. That's the bit that I think I'd be good at. So we're going to talk to Bernard in a moment about his journey in credit, which is fantastic, what he's done with his company. Before we do that, we just want to give a shout out to Shergroup's #1 fan, Ross Saunders, who's in Norwich, England today. So, hey, Ross, I hope you haven't got any snow where you are yet, not in England. But I think Bertrand just wants to give you a little shout out.
yes, a big hello from France, Ross. So uh, I would like to give you all the power of the mountains of France. It's
Oh,
a big
nice.
stones, very strong, and we think about you today.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Well, thank you so much for that. So, you have got this fabulous brand, My DSO Manager. We met as a result of being on the team for the World Credit Congress. I want to give a shout out to Yolta in your team, who's been brilliant supporting us. And Luke Sculthorpe from CICM introduced us. And as far as DSO Manager is concerned, you're in 85 countries. Is that right?
Yes, it's even 90 countries today. So it's our customers are located in 90 countries, and but we are very proud of that. It's because MyDSO is it's natively a so international solution that
Yes.
we can implement MyDSO everywhere in the world, very as if our customer was just close to our office.
Yeah, as if they were in France themselves. Okay. So what inspired you as a credit manager to develop your platform, My DSO Manager?
Well, I was a credit manager in several corporates, and in one big one in Schneider Electric, I implemented a credit management software. So I discovered this world of IT and credit management, and I was very surprised by the cost of this software, the duration of the implementation,
Yeah,
6 months, 1 year, sometimes more, and at the end, the lack of flexibility. In credit management, we are in the middle between sales and finance, so
yeah,
we need to automatize a lot of things, but we need to remain flexible to adapt for key customers or for specific situations. So we are talking about customer relations. So that's not only cash, not only profitability, but also customer satisfaction. And
yes,
so we need to be very accurate, even if there is a big volume of customers, a big volume of receivable to manage. And so this experience was not so successful. And I had a good friend for 10 years and who was a very brilliant IT developer. And I managed to convince him to start to work on my DSO manager.
right.
And we started together with a very, we started alone without any help from outside, without any investors. We did everything by ourselves. And at the end, we got something that is very authentic, and
Yeah, yeah.
very in line with our vision of credit management and what should be a credit management software.
Mm. We'll get down into how long it takes to deploy My DSO Manager in a moment. But so really what you did was you combined digital innovation with obviously human expertise and obviously your own role as a credit manager. So how does that help credit managers get better results? Because it's a fast moving world out there. How does it work? Do you think?
Well, in my DSO, there are all the functionalities about credit management job. So of course, there are a lot of functionality about credit risk management,
Yes.
cash collection, dispute management, so deduction management, cash forecast, performance assessment. And so, when I started in credit management, it was a long time ago, 20 years ago. I was used to I was used to make some extraction of SAP or PeopleSoft of the ERP on Excel and to collector at the beginning, and I was used to send emails with Excel attachment with statement of account, as many people still do, and so. It's very manual. It's very boring, I would say, and the power of this action is not so high. With my software like My DSO Manager, it's really a digital software, and it makes the link between the department in the company, in your business, for example, between credit control and customer care center, with salespeople, with top management. So it's fulfilling, the empty space between all these departments. And it's the same with customers. It makes the link with the customer, and it's a digital link. So that means your customers have access to their own portal. They can get in real time their statement of account with the PDF of the invoices. They can interact with the collector. All stakeholders of the customer relation, salespeople, top management, they do have an access to My DSO Manager, to an information that is accurate, that is up to date, because My DSO is a 100% real-time software. And so the power of the credit manager is multiplied by 10, 20, 50. It's incredible. It's changing completely the job of the credit manager.
Brilliant. So that must be why. Oh, I thought it was 85. It's gone. It's gone up to 87 countries you're in now. You've got over 2,000 clients. I mean, that is a significant chunk of a business in terms of taking this platform, because platforms can stick to a territory, right? They can be a UK platform or a US platform. So you've got clients in the US now, right?
Yes, absolutely. We do have a big account there. It's I think about 20% of our turnover, but it's about 40% of the receivables managed in My DSO Manager. So globally, it's about, I guess, $40 billion that are My DSO in the US. And it's but what is important is as you said, so we deploy My DSO Manager everywhere in the world. It's because My DSO is natively very international. What does that mean? Is that it manages all currencies, all languages. The interface is available in 15 languages, but you can send emails in 170 languages, so that's a lot. It manages multi-entities with a real-time consolidation for corporates. Big corporates have often, of course, they are worldwide in many countries. But it's each country or each entity is like a silo. There is SAP in UK, there is Oracle maybe in Brazil, etc. And it's very complicated to have a consolidated data, centralized data. So there are some tools to consolidate the data, but it's more reporting and accounting purpose, but for credit management, it's completely disconnected. And My DSO, as it is in real time, and as it manages all currencies, many entities on a single multi-entity platform, you get some consolidated result, consolidated KPIs calculated at corporate level in real time. And it provides an incredible visibility on your data. When you're a credit manager corporate and you connect to My DSO, in few clicks, you get exactly what is the DSO at group level, the cash position, the cash forecast, the risk, etc. And you can, in few clicks, you can drill down to a single entity, to a single customer, to a single invoice. So that means it's completely.
Sounds amazing. I mean, it sounds like you've solved every problem that could be on a credit manager's desk. It's great.
I don't know if we solve every problem, but at least it's really changing the job. And
Yes.
that's why our slogan is credit manager digital empowerment, and it's really that. We are in a digital revolution, in customer
Yeah.
relation, in credit
Yeah.
management.
I see it. I see it. I
Yeah.
mean, I think that these kinds of solutions that cut across borders, that's why the World Credit Congress was so important and is so important, because people are no longer working in the silo of their country. They have to trade internationally on many levels, want to trade internationally, and getting the cash moved around the world and getting the paper to follow, and be in the right place, and having that visibility is a challenge. So your platform is just cutting through that, and enabling people to work in the way they want to work, whether it be internationally or not. It doesn't matter, but if they want to, then it's giving them the opportunity, which I think is fantastic. Yeah.
Yes, and it's going so fast, and we are all talking a lot about AI, deep learning, these wonderful technologies. However, we must be careful also in the same time, because there is one key idea to keep in mind. I think we all use ChatGPT, for example, and it's a very good example. It's so incredible to analyze a very complex Excel file. It takes a few seconds. So that means all the added value of AI and all these technologies is linked to efficiency. If you have to take 1 year to implement a software, even if it is tagged AI, it's not true. So what is very important is that this revolution is linked to efficiency, to speed, and this is really what My DSO demonstrates every day. The software can be deployed very quickly everywhere in the world, but it's not because it is basic or simple. It's the contrary. It's really because it is agile, it is very flexible. So very quickly you can implement My DSO Manager and to get a result that is better. If you have to take 6 months, 1 year or more to implement a software, in fact, it's very long. It's very expensive, and at the end you get something that is very rigid. It's in contradiction with the job of credit management. The job of the credit manager is to be agile, to be flexible. And there is really a logic in our software and My DSO Manager regarding implementation, functionalities of the software, and the reality of our job, that is to be flexible, that needs some automation, but also to be adaptable. So these key principles that facilitates the implementation, we can find them also regarding the functionalities, where of course you have some automated, a lot of automated action, a lot of automated calculation, but the user remains very important, in fact.
Now, I hear that throughout this interview about the ease of implementation, which of course we both know when you're implementing a new system, you're going to have your team, your board of directors, your whole kind of organization can find every objection under the sun as to why a new piece of software can't be implemented. But I think listening to you and Yolta, you were talking about a month to implement My DSO Manager. Is that the kind of time window we're looking at here to get this into
Yes,
a business?
yeah, it's a good, it's an average. It's an average.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's taking more. Sometimes it's much quicker. For example, we do have a customer in France, DHL. You know, it is an American company.
Small company.
France, but DHL, in fact, it was deployed in 24 hours. Yeah, you know, so it can be. It's so flexible that the key point, you know, is that My DSO can get data from any ERP with any format of data, any format of encoding files. So it manages everything. So the interface on customer side, it's very basic to do. It's just extracting the data required by My DSO and required by the credit manager, and send them to My DSO. So if you have a company that already manage well his data and the extraction of the data of the ERP, and okay, it can be very straight. So it's very important because, you know, even for big corporates, very big companies, they do have many entities and small ones. And if it takes 6 months, I'm not sure that they will consider to implement the software in the smallest entity, you know. And so with My DSO, there is no question about that.
I think it's, I mean, I've implemented systems, put in new finance systems, and, you know, and it can be a real pain. I mean, it can, you know, you can get implementation fatigue just by, you know, so it's refreshing to hear that you've built this, you know, to be quick on the implementation front as far as possible. And of course, there may be exceptions to that, I'm sure. But, and what about, let's talk about another couple of things. I'm intrigued. Cost. I mean, is this just for the large corporates, or is it for the SME market? Who are you aiming your platform towards?
It's one specificity of My DSO Manager to be able to address any size of company. You know, as it is quicker to implement, it can be less expensive. Because of course we spend less time. It's the same on customer side, so it's really less expensive, and you get a better result at the end. And you know, in big transformation like today with digitization and AI, etc., you do much better with less cost. So it's not because it is expensive that it is good. Maybe it's the contrary. So that's why My DSO is very competitive, you know, on pricing side. It's because it's you don't need to have a dozen of consultants I got you. During a year to implement. Of course, it's less expensive, so it's quite affordable. If we think about our key accounts like Schneider Electric, it's $35 billion US dollar sales. A Stryker it's an American company, $20 billion US dollar sales, etc. Some very big accounts like that, and our smallest customers are some SMEs of maybe 10 million dollar sales, like that.
No, I just wanted to get an idea of the spectrum of your customer base, because, you know, somebody might be listening to this and going, well, that lead, you know, it's just meant for the big companies, you know, it's not meant for a company of my size. So I just wanted to get that view of you from you as to how My DSO can help. the smaller companies. And of course, the fact that it's easy to implement is great for small companies.
When we started My DSO Manager, we were only two. So I didn't expect to work with a big corporate. So we were two people. Okay, it was 10 years ago. We had developed a nice software, but so our first target was more SMEs. And with in the DNA of My DSO Manager was the idea to allow any company, to any business, to be able to use a credit management software to implement. So that's why it can be quick. That's why it is affordable. So very quickly, our first customers were some middle-sized business, and then after 1 year and 2 years, some big accounts. But that's why in My DSO, it's done for it works very well for smaller ones and as well for big accounts and for credit manager who needs a very advanced functionality. I'm passionate of credit management personally, and it's the same in my team, I think. And our only focus is to make the best software for credit managers. We designed My DSO Manager as I would have, when I was credit manager, I would have loved to work on My DSO Manager. Unfortunately,
so you designed the software you wanted, which is great.
Yes, but unfortunately, I don't use it. We use it to manage our receivable, of course, but it's
it's brilliant.
I don't use it.
I think it's interesting that you started with SMEs. I mean, if anyone was listening to this and thought, well, I'm not a DHL or I'm not a Schneider Electric, I'm just, this small company in the UK or France or America, wherever, 87 countries, then you've really dispelled that today. You've really explained how you started, and therefore, it fits companies. Obviously, they've got to have the budget to pay for the system. I won't, I'm sure there's a whole sales team in My DSO Manager waiting to hear from people if they listen to this interview that can walk them through the onboarding and the pricing of the product. So, I mean, I think that's after this interview, if people are listening, you'd want them to contact My DSO via the website, I guess, and start a conversation, right? Is that where you would be?
Of course. They will be more than welcome. And keeping in mind that, our team is half composed of people who were previously credit manager or at least a collector in the past. So our salespeople were all credit manager in the past. And the other half of the team are IT people, of course. But we are always in direct with our customers, so we don't sell My DSO through integrators. So we are always in direct. And what is very important is that when we speak to a credit manager, so we were ourselves a credit manager, so we speak the same language, and this is very
it's brilliant. And what is on the horizon for My DSO Manager in terms of evolving the system? What kind of enhancements are you bringing to the platform?
As we manage all aspects of My DSO Manager, it's 100% in-house software. It is very evolutive. So there are a lot. It's a SaaS software, so all of customers benefit of all the evolution that are released every month on the software. And we have a big roadmap because, of course, 50% of the improvement comes from request of our customers. It is a very integrated software, with other systems, financial information providers, BI tools, payment solutions, credit insurance providers, etc. So it's always more interconnected system with, at the beginning, my DSO was a slave system getting data from ERPs, but nowadays it's sending back some information. For example, there is a workflow of credit limit validation in my DSO, and when it is the credit limit is validated, it can be sent directly to the ERP to update the ERP automatically.
Yeah.
This kind of thing. So it's always more interconnection, some improvement regarding ergonomy, functionalities with more and more AI, but keeping in mind that AI is very powerful, but it's just a tool, in fact, and it's a tool for the credit manager. It does not replace at all the credit manager,
No.
even if it helps to have better efficiency. But today, the biggest part of the added value in efficiency for credit manager comes from digitization,
Yeah.
and all this communication much more fluent within the business, all the departments, and also with customers.
Well, I think that's really exciting that, you're just continuing to evolve the platform as, of course, you're kind of like the Elon Musk of credit management, Bertrand. You're kind of like the Tesla of credit management. You'll be putting satellites up there next and doing it on Mars. It's absolutely stunning. And I'm so glad that we met through the Congress and we've been able to give you a platform to share this revolutionary piece of software, which, you've got all the credentials as a past credit manager yourself, and current, I suppose. So for all you credit professionals out there, if you haven't heard of My DSO Manager, jump on the website. Thank you, Bertrand, for guesting today. It's been a pleasure getting to know you and your company. And I appreciate you sharing your time and giving us this expert view of My DSO Manager. Fantastic.
Thanks a lot, Claire. Thanks to you.
For everyone listening to today, you're very welcome. For everyone listening today, what a lovely guy. Honestly, I just met so many lovely people through this journey of the Congress. And mydsomanager.com is the website for Bertrand's team. And you can also connect with him on his LinkedIn page. I think he needs a fan club, actually, because he's so approachable and so knowledgeable about credit management. So if you get a chance and you want to have some leading credit professionals in your network, please reach out to him and his lovely team. So thank you very much, Bertrand. And for everyone else listening in today, this is Shergroup sharing with you our journey, of which credit is part of our journey. And so you can find credit solutions on our website at shergroup.com. I'm actually going to take a look at My DSO Manager and see if Shergroup can take advantage of it. I think it's very exciting. And we don't have anything like that at the moment. So I would love to see if we can set up a call and really look at implementing My DSO Manager for Shergroup. So I'll be in touch, Bertrand. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
You converted me. So, all right. Well, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Bertrand. Yeah, just check both our company websites out. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye, Ross. See you next time.
Bye, Rossi.
Bye-bye.